Բարև բոլորին, ես Զարանն եմ Երևանից։
Assalamu alaikum, मेरा नाम तजल्ला हाशमी है।
Hola, mi nombre es Manuel Muñoz.
Добър ден, аз съм Кирил Старджевски.
Bom dia, meu nome é Caio. I'm from Brazil, from the city of Rio. I'm 23 years old. I graduated in computer engineering in Rio.
I'm a British Pakistani, and before coming here, I've done my bachelor's in multimedia computing in Birmingham.
I come from Macedonia. I come from a rich software developing background. I needed a challenge in my career, so I chose this master's.
I'm from Armenia. My background is applied mathematics and informatics. And by the time when I applied to this program, I was working as a web developer or software developer in a local company.
So I come from Mexico. I'm 23 years old and I have a degree in cybernetics electronics. Before coming here to France, I also had another year in the Netherlands where I did a double degree in mechatronics. So yeah, my background is mostly in computer science, engineering, all related areas with technology. The main reason is because it was in line with my interests. So the first criteria I used to select the master's was that it contained the material I was looking for. So the second criteria was the fact that it had a scholarship, because obviously having a scholarship facilitates your opportunities to coming to Europe. In my case, I was already in Europe, so I think that fastened the process a little bit. But besides, I think the Erasmus Mundus program is a really good opportunity from students all over the world to come to Europe and experience the culture and the technology. And besides, I also think that one of the objectives of the Erasmus Mundus program is to incite students worldwide to come and appreciate what Europe has to offer.
During my studies, I really liked studying informatics, I really like mathematics, and these are the things you can find in the DMKM program. So I think doing the DMKM Masters, studying this field would be a good opportunity also to learn more about the stuff that I like, that I find interesting, but also to help me decide which path I want to go into the future, in the academic path or into the industry.
Well, even before the Masters, I was decided about this. I worked for 7 years in the Macedonian government, so I just planned to continue. I just needed some additional training. But I see this Masters completely as research, more of a preparation for PhD than for a job hunt.
I chose this program because I find this field very interesting. In general, the field of data mining is very new and there are lots of things to do, there are lots of things to discover. And what is more important for me, that data mining field is actually connected to almost all the other fields. So one can work in data mining, but also can be connected to biology, chemistry, economics, why not? So I believe it's quite fascinating field to continue.
And also I think this program is really good because of the international diversity it brings. It's a great opportunity to study in different cities, to learn different languages, to meet different people, and I think that's a great differential in relation to another program that would cover the same, but would be in the same field.
Meeting new people, that was the main motivation, and interacting and getting to know about the culture, new country, people.
Nantes is a very suitable city for students. Particularly because there are a lot of things to do. I think there are things for each taste. If you like music, if you like going out with your friends, cinema, photography, I think there's something for everybody. So I think everybody is quite at ease in Nantes.
I think people here in Nantes are quite friendly in general. They kind of break a bit that cliche that the French are not friendly. So when I came here, I was happy, you know. I think it's a friendly environment for example, to learn French. You know, even at the beginning, if you don't speak really well, people tend to be like kind of comprehensive and stuff. I live in a university residence, so it's mainly students, So there are a lot of international students, a lot of French students. So it's really easy to make friends.
The rooms are without kitchen, so we share a kitchen. Initially I thought that's not a good idea, but it turned out to be a great idea, because in the kitchen I met many people which are cooking their traditional food, so we exchange foods, we taste different flavors, and in the kitchen I met many friends from all across the world. So that experience is good.
On the contrary, I think that sometimes you can use the argument that you're learning French to connect easily to people. You see, for example, in Nantes, there are cafes of people that are learning French. So you go there and there are people there that are French, and they're willing to meet people like you. They're willing to help, so that's really nice.
Awful. My best friends from Fresh Blanc are French guy that has a French girlfriend, and she has 2 French friends. We hang around on a daily basis. I try to speak with them. I try to ask them what's this, what's that, what's the difference. They're my French teachers.
I was very interested to learn French and the culture. When I came here, I spoke survival French on the A1 level, and afterwards I believe it started to progress. Obviously it's not on the highest level, it's not on the level I would like it to be, but I would say it's enough to communicate even with local native speakers, so I don't feel the barrier of language anymore.
Obviously, if you speak French, it's easier for you to get around in daily life, but I don't consider that it's a requirement. Of course, it will make your life easier, but even if you don't know French, that doesn't mean that you can't come to France to study.
Initially, when I came here, I didn't expect that way. I thought the teachers will be teaching locally, so that was a big shock, but then it got okay.
I think, well, first of all, this is the first time that I engage in a video conference lecturing system. So I think it's a bit hard to follow because first you don't see the human interaction with the professor. So it's a bit hard to communicate because to make questions you have to turn on a microphone and you have to interrupt the lecture, and the professor cannot see the visual cues that the students make. So interaction is a bit hard, but it has some advantages in the sense that you can take your pace and analyze the content at your own time. So
all the lectures are recorded, so you have the opportunity to watch them again at home. So that also helps. If you didn't understand the concept, you can go home and watch it as many times as you want.
The good side is that we have really good staff, I'm referring to the teachers that are teaching us, which are not local, but in their field are one of the best.
Also, there's the philosophy of a master's program is that you have to work a lot by yourself. So you have the lecture as a guideline, but most of your progress you do on your own. After the first semester, we have the specialities, so most of the courses are local. So that kind of changes. Now we have most of the courses are local, and honestly, they're much better because like the distance is shorter, so you can ask questions. They work much more smoothly than the other ones.
I am not sure whether I'm going to do a PhD or not, but I believe this program is suitable for those people who are not who haven't decided yet what their plans in the future are. So I think maybe I will join an industry, maybe I will find a job in the field of data analytics, but it's quite possible to find a PhD and to continue with research in the same field, of course.
Next year I'm going to Barcelona. There's a specialty called Knowledge and Decision. So our program is divided in 3 tracks, and depending on what you stated at the moment of applying to the program is the place where you will go. Some of my colleagues are also going to Italy and to Romania.
Well, I think that by the end I'll have a much clearer notion if I want to follow the academic path or go to the industry. So I'm not sure yet, but I think that the master's is going to help me decide.
Well, at the moment, I've been already considering a PhD, but I'm still not very sure. So the good thing is that in this semester we have a case study, and also in the third semester we have some case studies, and the fourth we have a practical internship. So I think probably by the next semester I will have a better idea of what I want to do.
I might not work in the same field. I might join police force. So that was my initial plan. Like, I was applying for police force at the same time I applied for this DMKM Erasmus Mundus program, and eventually I got lucky, got chosen for this program, so I came here and I left my application in between for police force.
To stay here as a student, staying here as a student was a great experience, and I believe working in Europe in general will be another great experience. So before going back, I would like to also experience a working environment in Europe, just to see on the professional level how things are done.
I think the most important point is to be sure that the master's covers the field that you like to study. So, for example, if you like math, or if you like statistics, probabilities in general, okay, you can come to a DMKM or any other data mining masters.
If you have a big interest in math, statistics, computer science, I think the DMKM is an excellent program to join. But the part that of knowledge decision of the program makes many people think that it's more like of an administrative program. So the DMKM is more focused on the technical part. So it's very important to be aware that the DMKM is a more technical program. And if you enjoy engineering and maths, I think it's an excellent choice to make.
If he or she really likes the field, I think this program is really suitable. And I think one can find lots of things to do and lots of stuff to learn and lots of ways to express himself or herself. And my advice would be just to think about it, to think about his or her future before coming, and realize that this field is not very easy, but it's fascinating.